Underdog Daily with the Match Bros, Jon and Nez hanging out, Black and Yellow Dog app platform of the people. We got some sweet basketball games to talk about tonight. We got a little bit of a light slate there in the MLB streets, but we had a daytime diamond. We could talk through a little bit of that. We'll take a look at some of the results. And man, we got a pressing question here posed to us by Underdog, Nez, that we got to talk through on the fly. Also got a really cool new website to talk about too.
Yeah. Shout out to the community continuing to put together cool stuff for everybody to use. Excited to share that with the people.
Yeah, absolutely. Dude, light day. Where are all the people at? Where's all the people clamoring in the chat out here?
I don't know. I mean, everybody's just grinding best ball. They're all tapped into the So You Think You Can Tell. I don't know. I'm not sure. A lot of vacations being taken right now too.
Actually, speaking of which, Eggers is saying he's tapping in from the sky. Like, that's pretty dope. We had like 3 or 4 tap-in members only from the sky yesterday. Melch was in the air. I can't even remember. There was like 3 or 4 like, oh, I just missed you at the Denver airport. Oh, I just took off from Denver airport. Like, it was pretty funny.
Huh, yeah. I mean, people will find a way. People find a way. I'm always a big stream watcher whenever I'm flying. Usually I have to like download something, but if I can get in with the Wi-Fi, I'm usually got something up.
Yeah, I like that. Respect that. I'm normally like a pre-download guy.
Yeah,
I'm like a pre-download guy, and then I'm a big sleeper too. I can fucking sleep anywhere, man. So I fall asleep like for sure, like almost every flight. Couple things to talk about here. First things first, I really want to share this. I didn't realize that it was shared in the Discord already, so now I feel even better about sharing it. But man, our guy Chris, man, I said to him, he's like, hey man, I don't feel like, hey, don't shill it, don't like whatever. I'm not trying to make money off this, like blah blah blah. And I'm like, dude, there are minted men in these communities, man. There are made men, mafia style, and you are amongst them. You get the showcase. So I didn't even tell him, but we talked about it a little bit behind the paywall there yesterday, but wanted to bring it up on stream for everyone here and drop the link to it in the chat. He has created the UD tracker, and it gives you a leaderboard and it breaks down the slates, and you can go, hey, today's early contest slate, the 6th game, there was 1 contest this morning. We could tap in. We could see what Car Park's lineups looked like, what Chris's lineups looked like. It is the best revisionary and sweat tool I have seen, my friend.
Yeah, this is really, really sweet as a companion to the slate. You can look at everybody's exposures, everybody's stacking frequencies. You can see a live leaderboard. It has historical data. This is sweet, and totally free to use for people. So yeah, shout out to Chris, dude, because this is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, just speaks volumes to how intelligent and how good the people in this space are. Like, this is the guy we're competing against, and he's also building something so sweet like this, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Good fucking reminder. If we're just looking at today's slate, both Nez and I got a couple in the daytime diamond there. I see Car Parks up here. I see Best Ball Viper, Esmeralda, all this good stuff. We got to get a couple of these guys out here. So we'll get Best Ball Viper and Jay Baconator out of here because they've been winning everything. And then we'll go ahead and I could just add, Nez right here. And I can add.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Get somebody who's not winning anything. There you go.
And I can add Roto Run right there. And then we could see what we did on the daytime diamond there. So of the 4,788 lineups in the contest there, Nez was gravitating towards some 3-1-1s and some 4-1s. 26% of his builds, 31% of them were of the 3-1-1 variety. Then we can go down and see how he allotted his stacks and stack frequency. So you could see that both Feed the Freezer, myself, and Nez were really heavily invested in the Cincinnati Reds right now. So good start that they have 3 runs in the bottom of the 3rd in that one. I mean, this is just so cool, man. You see the runs added in here in real time. You could go ahead and search by the players, so you could see who has the highest scoring and who has the highest projection, and then you could see the ADP. So if we look at the actual, Hunter Fiducia is the highest scoring player on the slate right now. 0% owned in the contest. Stal Stewart is the next highest with 11 fantasy points there. And you can kind of see, Feed the Freezer has 24% and whatever. So, man, the possibilities to do with this are endless, man. Man, if you had this at your disposal, 2 years ago, you'd be cooking everyone right now.
Yeah. This is so fire. Really well done, man. Chris knocked it out of the park with this. So yeah, I'm gonna be using this every slate.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we can go talk about last night, and then we'll talk a little bit of hoops. We had 2 sweet first hoops games there, going both the first time ever that both the Eastern Conference Finals and Western Conference Finals first game of the series both went to overtime. So pretty cool there. Nezzy, before we do, this is the heat-seeking missile, the toughest question going right now. Underdog put it out this morning. I don't want any Skeens biases out here or anything, but $1 million on the line, 100 attempts here. You got to tackle Derrick Henry one-on-one. You got to make up a layup versus Victor Wembanyama. You got to make contact off Paul Skeens. So just make contact. It doesn't even say, hard contact or a base hit. And then save a penalty versus Cristiano Ronaldo. Where are you coming out on this one, man?
Well, I think we need some context, really. Mm-hmm. What is the setup? Make contact off Paul Skeens. That's pretty easy. Make a layup off Wemby. That's pretty easy to conceptualize. Mm-hmm. Same with the penalty, but the Derrick Henry one, is it open field? How far away am I? Are we doing Oklahoma drills? How is this being set up? Because you can trip up anybody, punters tackle kick returners all the time. So I think that tackling Derrick Henry is definitely up there, but I need to know the context of it.
Yeah.
And saving a penalty from Ronaldo, I think, is up there too.
Okay, interesting.
But Wemby and Skeens, there's just no. You're not doing that. You're not doing that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I tend to agree with you, man. Baseball my whole life. Borderline utility college guy, and I think I could maybe throw the bat head at it once or twice and put it in play. I don't think I could ever get a base hit. I don't think I could ever hit anything hard. And if he was allowed to go full pitch mix on me, yeah, good luck, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So that one, yeah. And then the context of the Henry stuff matters, because if you have a team around you and it was part of a play and you were playing middle linebacker and, we have a full schematic setup, and we're running 100 plays of 7 aside or something like that, I think you have a chance at it for sure. But if it's one-on-one open field with him running downhill, he's just going to make you miss every time, or you're not going to be able to catch him, etc. Right?
Yeah, that one. That one's very difficult. Mm-hmm. what is the setup there? Because he will probably just run you over, but you can trip him. You can trip him.
If you could get credit for, if you could get credit for a tackle in a real life game setting where you're just second guy to fall on the pile and you get a 0.5, I think it could be done. But if it's 1v1, probably not. The 1v1, maybe you could shake him and get a little bit of space and try and use the hoop to go up and under or something like that. But I don't know how you're getting to the rack on Wemby.
The fact that it has to be a layup,
mm-hmm.
That's just not he would have to let you do that. We definitely need stipulations. If it was make a bucket while playing 1v1 on Wemby, that would probably be the answer.
Right, yeah. Make a bucket is different than get a layup. And then the Ronaldo one's interesting because if he misses the net or hits the post, does it count as a save?
Right, I think you have to save it. I think you actually have to save it.
Because I think that's the easiest.
Yeah, like, you just guess, but he could like deke you out. Like, you can do that, right? Like, you can just like, or do you
It's
have
stationary, right? Like on a penalty, it's stationary, right?
They can't like approach the
dribble.
ball and stop, but like, you know what I mean? But like, but can't you like run up, approach the ball, pause, and then like, so like, even that's gonna be really fucking tough.
Yeah. I mean, it would be damn near impossible, but 1 out of 100, I got that save in me. Like 1 out of 100, I got that save in me for sure. Like start on the line, come off the line. Like he's just not perfect with one. I got that save in me.
It's definitely not the hardest.
Yeah, it's definitely not the hardest. Yeah. It also requires, from a skill set standpoint, he would have to be the most perfect against you. Like Wemby doesn't have to be perfect against you to block you, right?
Yeah, that's what they always say whenever you're coaching. Like defense, like there's no off days. You don't have a bad day on defense,
Right. Yeah. And then Skeens could pick you apart if he just went to 96 instead of 101. So he doesn't have to be perfect either, right? And then the Derrick Henry one is like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm just going to show up and be me. So the one that I lean towards is the Ronaldo one, because Ronaldo has to show up and be perfect against me.
Yeah. I think that is like the right way to think about it.
Yeah. Anyways, I thought it was kind of just a fun exercise. Have a lulls at the top of the show here. Did I put the tracker in the chat for everyone?
You did. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. As long as did I?
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay.
It's at the very, you got to scroll up, but it's
okay,
there.
Perfect. All right. As long as it's there for everybody, go check out Chris's UD tracker and get your votes in on this one. I don't know. There's nothing associated with it prize wise, but I thought it was just kind of fun to start the day there. Nezzy, let's look at the Monday times Tuesday hoops, which were both of the game ones there. Philos takes it down over our guy Mike Zakarian there. SGA in the winning lineup, despite Wemby having 83 fantasy points, but just the way the combos lined up, you really needed Dylan Harper. Was the kind of the crux of everything once De'Aaron Fox got ruled out. You needed Dylan Harper, and you needed Dylan Harper earlier in the day, kind of deal. Anyways, SGA, Brunson, Castle, Harper, J-Dub, who was still a little bit on a minutes thing. They wanted to keep him around 30 in regulation, was the quote thereafter. So just found that interesting. And then Caruso playing monster minutes and guarding Wemby at the 5. We'll talk about that dynamic and how it plays into today's slate there. Shout out to Mike, who's up here. A little bit of a dupe fest with some friends and family thereafter. I think my guy Nezzy was up here. There he is. Nezzy was up here in 11th there. So love to see it. Just thoughts on how, game one and game one. I mean, game one and game one played out there.
Sorry. Dude, just like we got treated to some awesome basketball there for both games. Awesome. Like that OKC Spurs series is just going to be just an absolute treat. And, I think most people sort of see this as like the NBA finals, this game here, but we all kind of thought that last year. And then the Pacers gave us a nice game. So we'll obviously see, but that double overtime game was just insane. Wemby just like doing Wemby shit. So fun. He's must watch, dude. He's must watch. There's just like nothing like Victor Wembanyama right now. Good.
Did you see the shot chart of Wemby at the end of the night?
No.
Shot chart from Wemby was everything within like 4 feet, and this is the makes, everything within like 4 feet of the basket, and then one logo 3 when it mattered at the most important time in the game.
Hell yeah.
It was I'd never seen anything like it. Just doing whatever he wanted inside. And then, oh, by the way, it's 108 to 105. I got 31 feet in my bag. Like, like it just insane, man.
Yeah, he doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
And then the last night's game was just way more about the Cavs than the Knicks, really. That was bad. And I just don't know how you can bring a team like back into that series after you blow that kind of lead. Mm-hmm. It was, vintage playoff Harden. just so bad. Just so bad. Not good.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, give the Knicks a little bit of credit there. They really shored up the defensive end in the second half there. Brunson went nuke on some of that screen roll stuff. Like Brunson really took over in a decent way there. But yes, I mean, people in the chat right now, like Bates is saying, played with their food, like that sort of deal. I mean, it was one. I saw the stat earlier today, and it might have been an Underdog stat. It might have been elsewhere, but teams in the same position, like on the win probability chart as the Cavs were before the whatever it was, 40 something to like 11 run was basically what closed through overtime. It was like 40 to 11 or something like this, but there was a 22-0 run or a 21-0 run at the tail end of that fourth quarter. And teams prior to that were like 1 and 596. And then after last night, it was 2 and 596. Like just insane, man.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. That was unbelievable. That was an unbelievable implosion there. I thought that game was over, dude. I thought it was over.
Yeah, likewise, actually. Yeah, like so much so that at like the tail end of the third quarter, I was like, I could start making dinner now. Like, you know what I mean? And then all of a sudden it was like, oh, damn, man. Like we're going into overtime. Like we're pushing this tail end here. Like
I blinked and it went from like 20 to 13 point deficit. I'm like, oh, okay. Like I know it's about to happen.
Right.
I've seen this one before. But yeah, dude, Brunson was unbelievable. Mikal Bridges, so freaking good in that game, man. Just really, really like stepping it up in these last two series, this game and the last series, which he's the X factor for them quite a bit, I think. Like they need him to contribute in the clutch. It can't just be all Brunson. Like it's working right now, but it can't be all Brunson. Yeah, the Knicks look great, and yeah, when Mikal Bridges is hitting his shots and being a menace on the defensive end, like this team just really looks like they have it all going.
Yeah, to your point there, Nez, I was going to save it while we were talking through the slate there and whatnot, but the greatest on-ball guard time in that game, in game one, can you guys see that? Yeah, okay. Greatest on-ball defense was from Bridges versus Harden there. And Harden had 2 points in the 7 minutes and 57 seconds that Bridges was guarding him. He had 2 points. He had 3 assists. He was 1 for 9 and 0 for 4 from 3 when Bridges was on him.
That's nasty.
Yeah. Unbelievable stuff, man. Nothing really more to say on the previous slate. As you guys can see, I was touching grass on Monday. It was a holiday out here, so I did not get a whole bunch of entries in there. But yeah, a little bit of a smaller contest tonight than that one was, which kind of surprised me, just given the fact that the baseball was broken up. But I think the fill rates of these 2-day contests are a little bit lower than
this
the
one overlaid big time.
Say again?
This contest overlaid big time.
Okay. Yeah.
There you go. I wasn't going to max, and I ended up maxing because of the fill rate. And yeah, didn't need to do that because the winners were already drafted before that Fox News hit. I was, a game ending in regulation away from chopping first with one other person, but you know how shit goes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just interesting, like, because these slates aren't that different when we get the 4 gamers, and I thought there'd be more interest in conference final stuff, but I guess when you just spread it across 2 nights, it's just, yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if people were like not expecting it; they weren't looking for it. I was really shocked to see that there wasn't as much interest, because this to me is like, oh sweet, like I don't know, like conference finals, we get BRs for it. And maybe it's just the two, I don't know. I just didn't think that it would have this low of interest.
Yeah, it was just interesting because the previous series and stuff, like we were on like game 5s of like double game 5s in the series and that sort of thing. And like not even closeout games and stuff. And we were filling like 10Ks, like 10Ks to first. And it was like, I don't know what the difference is here. Was it the teams that were in it? Was it the fact that it was just all in one night. I guess we'll see here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, hopefully tonight fills.
Yeah. Okay, cool. We'll talk some more about that as we break down the slate and just rapid fire the baseball stuff there. Did the show yesterday, aged okay. We kind of poo-pooed all over Reed Detmers being Cardi's SP1, and that was a beautiful thing for us here. George, 679, was just like, you know what, guys? I got the skinny stack that you need, and then I know the two best outfield one-offs. Let's make it work. Dylan Cease did not really matter in this because, he just the upper echelon pitchers did not separate. Dylan Cease got taken yard oppo taco by Ryan McMahon there, and had a shorter stint than we were accustomed to from him. Still had the 9 Ks, but gives up the 5 earned runs. And then Miz got pulled at 74 pitches despite absolutely dominating. So I don't know what that was about there, but 3-man athletic stack of the chalk variety, and which is just kind of surprising because we knew they were a little bit of a contrarian price point stack, especially after Cardi steamed Detmers up. But like, they're a team with pop, and like everybody liked that game. And I was kind of like, I wasn't poo-pooing that game necessarily. I was just saying, like, relative to what you can find elsewhere, like playing Texas was worth like, a better price point than playing the Athletics because you were getting a discount at Coors and like this sort of thing. But like, the way in which the Athletics score runs is undeniable, but I just found it really surprising that Brent Rooker, who was the obvious tack on to this 3-man with, 3 all-star level players that were all going in the top 5 rounds of best ball season in quality matchups, and he's only 17% owned, right? We know he's a lefty killer.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a small slate, so, there's a lot of
true
pieces to go around, but yeah, just the fact that it was Athletics against a lefty, I think people, because like Kurtz is always the one, like the first Athletic off the board mostly. Sometimes it's Shea, but Kurtz against a lefty, I think people were like thrown off by. I think a lot of it. I think the biggest factor though is not only Cardi, but like every projection provider basically saying, "Hey, Detmers is a great play today," and and that threw people off. So yeah, it's still surprising. Like Detmers was my highest owned pitcher yesterday.
Nez didn't watch the show. I hate to see it.
If I'm not joining you, I'm not available. I mean, dude, he had 8 strikeouts and almost 6 innings. Like, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, for sure. Jarren Duran hits a 3-run homer late in that ball game there, which was really the separator for him. And for the outfield position, we talked about how deep the outfield position was just in terms of like the whole way ADP was yesterday. It was hard to find infield out options that projected as well as the outfield ones, just the way the slate set up. And then Nimmo has a really nice game there. Texas does some funky stuff with their lineups, and instantly, we talked about it, the possibility with their lineup just looking a little bit different with the openers on either side, that they could do like McCutchen for like an AB and then Jock comes in or vice versa. And that's exactly what they wound up doing. But Nimmo starts and finishes that ball game and is the high scorer in that game where they scored 8 runs, I believe, right? 10 runs, 8 runs, something like that.
Yeah. Who was that? Which team?
The Rangers yesterday.
Rangers. Oh yeah. Rangers put up a ton of runs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Woods up here a bunch. Jay Baconator's up here a bunch. Falco's up here. T-Box is up here. We move on to today's slate. All right, Nez, let's talk hoops first here. We've kind of talked around it. We don't have to go crazy in depth here, but we could talk about some of the potential, changes that could happen and that sort of thing. But the next 2 games here, each of the next 2 nights, this evening's game is Spurs Thunder. Thunder favored by 7 at home there. 217 total in that one, and then a 216.5 in the Knicks one there. Knicks as 6-point favorites on their home court. Pretty interesting one in the chat here. I did notice this, and I have this in my notes too, that they were really hunting the Harden switches at the tail end of the ball game. But this puts some good context to it. Mike's adding that per all NBA, the Knicks got Harden to switch into 9 isolations in the fourth quarter and overtime, and that translated into 1.9 points per direct action. So that means they basically scored on 8 of those 9 isolated possessions that they got switches onto Harden. And then Harden played 17 straight minutes and just got cooked defensively for the last 4. So attacking the old guy who we know has some inept defensive abilities at time there was, let's talk through the lens of ADP, I guess. But from like a matchup standpoint, do you think there's any adjustments for either of these games going into game 2s of these series?
Well, I really don't think so. Both these teams played each other very, very tough. Like I don't know what you can do about hunting Harden. Like you have to have Harden on the court.
Mm-hmm.
You are going to be switching these screens. If you don't switch these screens, you're cooked. It doesn't matter. Like you have to switch the screens.
Mm-hmm.
So you just kind of hope that they have bad shooting. Like if that's if that's the case for the Cavs and Knicks, and then like Spurs and Thunder, like that was just a extremely well fought game. I don't see a ton of adjustments being made on that game from either side really. Like, I thought both sides played really well there.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so double overtime game in the first one, which is when your box score looking is going to see why things are slightly inflated. Also, Fox did not play. Fox did participate in shoot around today. He clearly injured his ankle 2 distinct times. There's good clipped together video of it. I actually forgot to get the link for everybody, but he rolled his ankle pretty good in game 3, I believe it was, and then in game 5 again, and you could see him go down, grimace, hold it, etc. People were all kind of surprised in and around the team that he did not go in game 1 because it sounded like he was trending towards playing, and then was kind of like not late, but like prior to tip, like, oh, he's not going to go. And that really boosted Dylan Harper and Dylan Harper's production. Dylan Harper has 7 steals, has a monster game in that one. I think the most notable stuff was the absence of Lou Dort, the absence of Hartenstein, and how deep how deep the Thunder were willing to run. I kept joking around in the Discord that they're playing with their food. They're just fucking around. They're trying to find something that works. They did the Caruso on Wemby thing, and I guess it worked. It was enough, but he had 9 offensive boards, and they got murdered by not having size out there, and Chet wasn't really helping. So I don't know, man. Do they play small again on Wemby and just be like, all right, we'll just live with that? Because effectively what they're doing is Caruso played 40 minutes, and he's playing on Wemby. He doesn't start either of the halves. And he's left wide open to shoot whenever the hell he wants because they're doubling on ball on SGA every trip down. And it's just Caruso's wide open every time. So now you end up with Caruso leading the team in points and Caruso having the toughest defensive assignment on the other side, which he handled okay. But it's not, is that a winning formula? I don't know. Do you think it's a winning formula? Do you think history repeats itself tonight with what OKC did, Nez?
They don't have an answer for Wemby. I think that's the whole point. They don't have an answer. They can try the size on him, but that completely ruins their offensive flow.
Right.
It just does not work. It doesn't work. So their best bet is to play small and have a shooter in the corner. So that way they have the most efficient shot available, as opposed to clogging up the paint with Wemby. And now you lose a shooter with the size. So I think that's what they have to do.
Okay.
But they got to find an answer for the way that they're playing defense on SGA.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know that they have one. They have one, because the whole what people have and the Thunder are so good. They're such a complete team. But the one thing that you can say, and it comes to the light in the NBA Finals, is who J-Dub is not fully healthy, so he's not being that secondary scorer that they need him to be when they blitz SGA like that. It just all falls apart. And they got the god performance out of Caruso, and it didn't matter.
Right? Yeah.
They're playing him very, very well, but we'll see how they adjust from there, because they need secondary scoring.
Okay, cool. Yeah, well articulated, well said, because they do need secondary scoring in a big way. And is that an uptick in handling for J-Dub? Does that make J-Dub, a good pick tonight? Is it Kaysen Wallace joins the starting lineup like we saw in the second half, and maybe we see a little bit of what Kaysen did when SGA was hurt, but plays alongside him.
I don't know why are they not playing AJ Mitchell more?
I guess it's just a matchup thing where it's like they don't know who to put him on. Like the only way you can play AJ Mitchell, and maybe this is a good thing, is so the Spurs, if Fox comes back tonight, the Spurs at basically no point this season have played Harper, Castle, and Fox together on the floor, right? That's kind of like a 3-man whatever. It might play into OKC's favor if Fox comes back and they can't put the toothpaste back in the tube with Dylan Harper and they go, hey, I guess we can try and play small in the non-Wemby minutes and put the 3 of them out there. Don't play Cornette. And then, you use, it's kind of funny because the Spurs have like 4 5s on their roster, which they just don't need at all, right? It's just hilarious. But like they could do something like that in the secondary minutes, and that would actually maybe really help OKC to get scoring in the second unit with AJ Mitchell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, when it comes to Fox too, he was present at shoot around. He didn't participate.
Okay.
So
yeah, good to know.
The coach too, I'm sorry, he's a newer coach. I unfortunately don't know the Spurs coach name off the top of my head. He was asked today, what's Fox's status? No idea, is what he said. Fox barely made it out. They said that part of why he's so hurt right now is because he shouldn't have even played game 6 against. And so like, why would you you had that in the bag against the Wolves? Why did you force why was he out there? Who knows? So I think it's not that good, and I'm kind of, pumping the brakes on all the bullish sentiment that we're getting from Underdog and from Unabated with these quotes. Like, I think that it's scary, and I'm playing it from an angle that I normally wouldn't play it, where I'm eating the bad ADP of Dylan Harper now because of this. I think it's more serious than they're letting on. And I think the gamesmanship angle is teasing that he might play, when in reality, he's not 100%, and Dylan Harper looks fucking amazing. So why would we not let this guy get 100% when we just stole one on the road?
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, I respect the take for sure. Yeah, good shouts there. Good contextual evidence as well. Nez, what kind of stuff looked like in the first game there? I mean, I'm just thinking through this for the dumpster dive and whatever. And this is kind of why I put AJ Mitchell on the cover, because I was forecasting the fact that, J-Dub was going to be back in the first one there, that they get the Caruso ramp up, and then we'd kind of be left with, well, what do you do in game 2 with AJ Mitchell? So AJ Mitchell had 5 fouls. He still played more than Caruso. He played 33 minutes in there. Yes, Mitch Johnson is the head coach for the Spurs there. That was the name you're searching for. Yeah, man, super condensed on the Spurs side there. You saw 50 minutes from Vassell, and Vassell led the world in on-ball defense on SGA and did a phenomenal job there. Even though they were blitzing and they were throwing double teams at him to get the ball out of his hands, Vassell played on SGA for 9.5 minutes, and SGA had 0 points. He only took 3 shots, but I don't know, man. He had nowhere to go. They would blitz 2 at him, and then Wemby's waiting in the paint. Here's an interesting comment about why AJ Mitchell, the scoring prowess was down or whatever. It's well, look at the usage. There's a 6.3 usage there, but then there's also Wemby sitting and waiting at the rim. Everything that he was doing in the previous series was Terrence Shannon Jr.-esque, I guess, where it was downhill driving at the basket stuff, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So if you're leaning that way on the Fox stuff, we see the 66 fantasy points from Dylan Harper there, touch time way up, handling role way up, just basically it was beautiful to watch. I'm not going to lie. It kind of reminded you why we thought this guy could be a breakout in best ball season there, but he wasn't necessarily afforded the same opportunities as some of the other rookies in the class there. Yeah, like where are your leans coming into tonight with like playing Fox out, pulling up Dylan Harper, because this is a very different slate dynamic to last time out where Dylan Harper was free. People were drafting Fox in the 10s or whatever. And now those two have basically flipped. And should he be drafting it accordingly?
Yeah, I mean, as far as yeah, I have no problem with like ADP, the ADPs of Harden, J-Dub, and Castle. Like I think that's that like those three guys are like totally fair. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Maybe Harden ends up having a good like he could obviously just like have a good game, but man, I'm spooked. I'm spooked on Harden, but yeah.
So are you gonna play Harper over that tier?
I don't think that you necessarily. Well, I don't think you necessarily have to right now.
Sure. Okay.
Like if when the Fox, if and when Fox gets ruled out, Harper is going to be going like astronomically high for who he is. Mm-hmm. I don't think that is like the move. I really don't think that's the way to play it. I think you should just get it now because there's still uncertainty and there's a lot of like good news floating around. So, just like take them now because that's the contrarian thing to do. You don't have to force you force them up now. You just got to like get the best Harper combos you can at the moment. Like I had so little Harper and then like, oh, he didn't actually participate in shoot around. Oh, he's actually like really hurt. Like, oh, the coach doesn't know if he's going to play. Like, yeah, I'm trying very, very hard to make up for my 50 drafts where I had like one Dylan Harper share.
And you're playing the Fox angle before that.
Yeah. Okay. Not my favorite way to play it right now.
Okay. Let's talk through a couple of the tiers here and then some of the scroll options. I think we did justice to kind of like the Harper versus Fox conversations and stuff like that. Wemby's just in a tier of his own.
Yeah.
SGA is just in a tier of his own, or can you pull someone over SGA?
No, he's two.
Yeah. He just, he had a bad shooting night and he was very toughly defended last time out. They need SGA to be more aggressive this time out. That's what they need. Like the touch time was there, the potentials were there. You just need SGA to go downhill as much and as often as he can and defer a little less. You need SGA to be a little more selfish this game. Yeah.
Now that they know what the Spurs are trying to do, should be a little easier to kind of like figure out how to get him into space a little bit more, how to get him in isolation a little bit more, and get him his looks. Okay.
The next big grouping here. Do you like the Knicks guys? Do you like the Cavs guys? Do you like some of those auxiliary guys we were talking about with Castle, J-Dub, Harden, etc.?
I like Brunson 3.
Okay. So Brunson over Donovan Mitchell would be a pretty strong stand there. He showed it and proved it in game 1 in a big way.
I'm it's evergreen for me on these Knicks slates, man. I'm just like team Brunson. Brunson is just like the ultimate playoff riser. I'm gonna continue to jam him.
Okay, cool. Is it Cat thereafter? The Cat role was interesting, man. Like he did not fare very well when they had Mobley on him, and they had Mobley on him a good amount there. They were kind of like going back and forth like at each other. Also, Mitch Rob played a decent amount. I don't think Mitch Rob, even though the size is kind of like necessary and maybe you can play the double big lineups out there, like my personal opinion is like Mitch Rob's a very bad matchup for when Harden has the ball, because what Harden does so well is like the screen and roll stuff, and you don't really want the drop big out there. That's just kind of like my bro science take. But yeah, does Cat, have a little bit more overlap with Mitch Rob this time out? Does, I don't know. This is kind of what I'm struggling with Cat at 2 is like, do they have to adjust anything? Do they have to play Mitch Rob alongside him? Like, or can we just run back what we saw in game 1 and just eat the consequences of like it being a tough matchup.
I have him 5, and it's just because I don't think that the ceiling is as high as Spida's or Brunson's is. Like that's just like where I'm at on that. Like he's a fine play. I don't think I would take Mobley over him. But I don't think that this is like a cat spot, and like projections continue to have cat like 3 on these slates like overall. I'm not really following suit with that. I think that you can. I think that Mitrov is also like more viable on the court than given credit for. Also, like he's a drop, like he's a big guy. He's a drop big. He's not like overly mobile, but he does sort of hold his own a little bit. On ball. Like he's not a total cone.
Yeah, it's just my take is more that they just didn't play much overlap, and is that how things are going to maintain? And then we also saw the Hackam Mitch stuff. And then it's kind of like, okay, 2 minutes left in the quarter, he's out. Like, like that sort of deal. We had seen so much offense funnel through Karl Anthony Towns. We built this one on stream yesterday there, used the boost on it. We had seen so much, so many potential assists funnel through Cat. And I thought we got the perfect setup where there wasn't overlap between the bigs. They were still running some high side offense through him early in the game. And then I was like, Cat's going to get here for us. We slid the dimes up. He'd been crushing this number. And then we get hit with the hook on yesterday's show there to the 10Xer. Tough run out for the kids, even with overtime there.
Yeah, that was rough. That was sharp.
Okay. Is there any reason to take Mobley over Cat?
I think so. I think you could say, when is Cat like had a ceiling game in these playoffs? It's Brunson's offense right now. He has a tough matchup inside, like when he is like getting the ball. So I think Mobley's ceiling is higher than Cat's. But like, you just don't necessarily have to do this, but you totally could. Like, I don't think it's a bad idea.
Okay. Cool. Okay, now this is where things get a little bit funky because traditionally speaking, Harden should probably be up here from a projection standpoint. J-Dub, if we know he's going to play more than 30 minutes, and he played 37, including overtime there, and had 26 actual there, like you can really spin zone J-Dub being like, hey, we're going to need offense from J-Dub because they're doubling SGA, they're doing all that stuff, they're taking away the paint. Like J-Dub becomes secondary scoring with a little bit more higher usage and handling role tonight would be like the counter. And like, hey, J-Dub, we need to run stuff through you, or work SGA off ball so that like maybe they blitz J-Dub and find SGA. That would kind of be like my bro science thought process and adjustment. I want to be like a J-Dub bull tonight, but like, I don't know if I can pull him over this tier. And then Castle has the looming effects of like Castle, Harper, Fox. If Fox plays, Castle probably doesn't belong in this, or doesn't belong above this tier every single time. If Fox doesn't play, he probably belongs, here, right? So that's the push-pull dynamic of this range. How are you ranking the Harden, J-Dub, Castle? We could go Chet as well. Chet was putrid in game 1. He was invisible, but yeah.
Yeah, I think I would put it J-Dub, Castle, Harden.
Okay.
But I'm not like totally sold on that. Like Castle didn't shoot well last time out. But especially because I don't think that Fox, like I lean Fox doesn't go. It's not like I don't think that he's going to go. I just kind of lean that way that, it'd probably make me more of a Castle bull here. But I just think J-Dub is going to be asked to do a lot here in this one. And, we'll see what the minutes look like. Can't imagine they're going to be too much different tonight. Sure. And chances are this game doesn't go to double overtime. But yeah, J-Dub in the playoffs, man. He looked pretty good. So yeah, I think I would take J-Dub over Castle.
Yeah, I thought he looked. Yeah, I thought he looked great, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It'll be interesting. Too. Say again, sorry.
Saw Dog mentioning he had 11 turnovers too. That was atrocious.
J-Dub did?
No, sorry, Castle.
Yeah. Castle did, yeah. I also think J-Dub, if they run back what we got last game, like maybe he gets some of the Wemby treatment on the offensive end because like they're just not respecting Chet and they're just like leaving Julian Champagnie on him. Like maybe that's a tough matchup for him. And like you want to pull Wemby out the paint. So, you know, that you play a little bit more off ball. I'm really split on Jalen Williams because when Jalen Williams had Wemby or vice versa, like it was just Wemby went smash job on him. So I don't think they can run that matchup, right?
Yeah, I mean that didn't. Yeah, I don't think so.
Like I think the nut outcome in my mind for J-Dub is Fox doesn't play and J-Dub just cooks Dylan Harper. Because Dylan Harper spent the most amount of time on J-Dub.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that thesis.
Okay.
I buy that.
Okay. How are your thoughts on Chet, dude? Because I don't want to fucking click him. Like, I've seen this movie so many times now. I've seen this movie all regular season. I've seen this movie since he was 14 years old playing international games against Wemby. Chet just looks like a pussy up there, man. Like, he just looks so soft.
Wouldn't you just prefer like Harper over him if you know that well, I mean, if Fox isn't playing, I think that's pretty obvious, but
yeah, if Fox isn't playing, I'd prefer it. Yeah,
dude, I don't want any Chet.
Yeah,
he's getting sunned out there, dude. It's like it's like personal for Wemby. I don't know. He hates Chet.
Yeah,
it's kind of awesome.
It's personal because they probably had to come up at the same time. They had similar builds. One was the American one was the French one at that same window of time. They probably had the international battles and stuff like that. They were compared through the draft prospect stuff. And now like Wemby's got a little bit of that, more of that dog than I ever gave credit to. Like, I'm not going to lie. When Wemby came into the league, let me rephrase this. When Zinger came into the league originally, I thought he was going to be like Wemby is now. Like, I thought he was going to be like that unicorn-esque like that. And then we saw him kind of like really have to grow into it. And he was kind of more like Chet, you know, like that kind of thing where it was like, took some time and whatnot. Like, I didn't expect, I mean, I did because let's be real. I've been hammering the Spurs shit for 3 years now, but like, I didn't expect Wemby to be like this grown ass man sunning dudes, like no matter what.
Yeah. This has been, the ascension of him and the ability to like be physical and whatnot is that was definitely one of the biggest questions. Is like, how is he going to translate in that regard? And yeah, he's a monster, dude. He's an absolute monster. He's the story right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is Wemby going crazy every time Chet misses a free throw. Like, it's just like he's so in his head, man. Like, he's going to bed at night thinking about Wemby at the rim right now. Like, 100%. It's crazy.
100%.
Like that, Chet got blocked from behind on like where nobody was even close to him, and I think it was Vassell who blocked him. It was either Vassell or Castle who blocked him on the help side last game with like, I think it was the first overtime or the tail end of regulation. And he just got blocked on the help side by a dude who was like 6 inches smaller than him. And it was like, oh my God, dude. It's just like, he won't attack the basket. He's like,
yeah, man. Yeah, that can't happen.
Thank you.
Yeah, that cannot happen.
It was crazy. All right, man. I think we're both in the camp that if Fox doesn't go, Dylan Harper could like vault this tier a little bit. I don't know, man. Straight up, would you rather play Castle or Harper tonight? I know it was just one game in this series, but would you rather play Castle or Harper?
Castle.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Not reading like too much into like the turnover rate from last game. The next kind of like big chunk here before we get down to AJ Mitchell is, you know, Vassell had a very low usage, but he played 50 minutes and played all the on-ball stuff against SGA there and did very well in my estimation. So if you want to buy minutes and some 3-point shooting, like that could be it. OG versus Hart, I'd like to know your thoughts on that one. OG, falling below that 15 points, 15 actual. last time out. But yeah, what are your thoughts here on the OG Hart, Allen, Fox, Vassell tier?
Yeah, I'm still team OG. Didn't do his his usual OG stuff in the playoffs right now, and maybe that's a trend that'll continue. I'm just gonna have to keep taking him and find out. But OG and Hart are like back to back for me. Continue to really like them. Vassell, I won't say never, because I was at one point a Vassell guy, but at his ADP, and like I was taking Champagny over him. I was taking obviously Harper over him, or whenever, like, before the news hit. I still think Vassell's a little expensive.
Yep, sure. I can respect that.
Like, I still think I like Mikal Bridges over Vassell right now.
All right, sure, yeah. I mean, Bridges was so good on the on ball, and he has the path to. They're very similar roles, like 3-and-D plus tough on ball defensive assignment, because Mikal Bridges played the most of any defender against Harden last time out, and played the most of any defender in that game against that. And then Vassell played the most of any defender in either of the games because of the double overtime factor on SGA. So he had the most, time out of anyone. So they're very similar, like kind of like profiles. And it's like, well, what do you prefer? I guess Harden's a little more turnover prone than SGA is, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
So that's probably a little bit of a tier there, the Allen, Vassell, and Bridges one. Even if Fox goes tonight, like, I'm not jumping up and down to play him. I'm comfortable letting him fall to like the Bridges price point. Would you rather play Fox or Caruso tonight? Like, is that too far?
Yeah, I mean, if Fox was in, I would take Fox over Caruso. If that is the question. But I love Caruso again tonight. It's a shame that he's not going to be available in the 6th round like he was last time out. But yeah.
Okay, cool. And then now we get into kind of like the scrolls. I would kind of like cap it at Caruso and Champagny. Do you think we see the same lineup that started last game, or do you think we see the lineup that started the second half last game, where Cason Wallace is in there and Hartenstein has just kind of like played himself into only backup 5 duties, or only, giving Chet a breather or giving J-Dub a breather if they're playing the smaller lineup? Yeah, just thoughts on Hartenstein's ADP right there.
I think it's fine, and I wouldn't take a whole lot of. I don't think I would take anybody over him at that ADP.
Yeah,
I don't know that they would start him, but they may, and just like still do the second half lineup again. You know what I mean? And do what they just and then just like make the adjustment after the fact. But yeah, it just doesn't seem. It doesn't seem like. I don't know. I got nothing bullish to say about Hartenstein, but I also I'm not going to take Wallace or Strus over him, I don't think.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think Cason Wallace might have a better path to minutes, but it's so low usage, right? Like, we joke about the Cason Wallace, 1.5 steals for 0.9x as the only Cason Wallace play, right?
Yeah. He had some pretty clutch shots, but you're not getting you have no shot at ceiling with Cason Wallace.
Right.
None.
Yeah, I mean, even Hartenstein in his limited minutes, he only played two stints in the second half, and it was less than 12 minutes for the game. A little bit outlier because he had 3 stocks, but he scored almost as many fantasy points as Cason Wallace did in 30 minutes, right?
Yeah,
it's kind of funny, but yeah, it's really hard to pick through here at the bottom. Yeah, thoughts on, Strus. He left the starting lineup last time. We saw him start in game 7, but then not start game 1 here. They went back to the Dean Wade lineup. Dean Wade actually shot the basketball for a change. He scored 10 real life basketball points for Dean Wade. Unbelievable there. Yeah, I don't know, man. The whole Strus versus Schroeder versus Dean Wade kind of like, plus Sam Morril. Sam Morril's been, he had a shot to win it in regulation there. The three, wide open look at three off of a nice pass by Harden to end that game. But Sam Morril continues to be halfway decent on shooting threes for this team. Nice game 7 there, and then followed it up with a decent one here. I don't know. Who do you want to play? Do you want to play any of these guys over Strus, over Hartenstein?
Like, no, not really. Like maybe Mitch Rob, but like no, none of these guys are inspiring at all. Okay. I mean, I can't tell you like, oh yeah, like I saw a really good exploitative matchup for Sam Morril here. Like, right. I got nothing. If anything, I like Keldon Johnson if Fox doesn't go, but he barely played in double OT. So,
yeah, fuck. Hack a Mitch and just be like, hey, 30% of the time he's going to make a couple of those free throws and give us some fantasy points. Keldon, 6th man of the year. Does he get a little bit more extended burn tonight? McBride had an awesome game. What was it? I was going to say game 7, but it was game 4 there when he started in the Philadelphia series there. Anybody else down here?
Like, no, not really, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
Not for winning slates.
Yeah. Dude, I think Lou Dort, like I didn't love him last series. I think Lou Dort could sneaky be a little bit of an answer. I'm not from a fantasy standpoint. Let's throw this out the window here. I think Lou Dort could be a little bit of an answer for OKC tonight. A little bit bigger body, help Caruso a little bit. I don't know. I just...
they played 22 minutes. Like, dude, there's definitely some room for that to grow and try something different in that regard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But even then, it's Lou Dort scoring fantasy points for you.
Right.
Yeah. There's better ways to try to win.
Yeah, the game of basketball distinctly different than the game of fantasy basketball at times, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dean Wade labeled as the Brunson stopper. Dean Wade had no fouls last night and played the majority of his minutes of on ball defense 5 and 33, which was kind of like third highest on their team against Brunson. Brunson only had 3 points against him. I think what happened was, Brunson wasn't hunting hard in the first half and was just kind of like they were just kind of playing, and then in the second half there in the tail end of the ball game, they're like, let's just get a whole bunch of switches and get Brunson onto Harden as fast as we can. And yeah, but like I wouldn't say Dean Wade was like, oh yeah, he was the Brunson stopper. Like he did okay in his minutes on him, but I don't think he was the reason, Harden went nuke, or sorry, that Brunson went nuke.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm with you. It was not because he was cooking him.
Right. All right, dude, let's fire this up. First look at the projections. I actually didn't even look. I imagine they have the 2-day projections up for us, but yeah.
I believe so.
Right on. 101. Why not us? Why not us?
Who are you going to take?
I think I'm going to take this fucking freak who just decided to shoot one from 30 feet and get 20 rebounds and get 30 points and win at the rim and whatever. I kind of like this take. Troy saying he loves Morril as a 6th round pick. I mean, when you're looking at like archetypes of dudes who can win slates for you, when we're dealing with such a limited, player pool, it's the guys that can win with a couple stocks and win with limited minutes. So you're a backup 5 basically, or it's the guys who can score fast in quick order, and that would be the 3-point shooters, right?
Yeah, I think that makes sense. I would definitely, you're gonna have to get a little flat there in the 6th. If you're drafting at volume, eventually you're gonna get to guys like that.
Right. Exactly.
So good shot.
Billy the Kid saying, if you get the 101, if you don't get the 101, do you guys just leave the draft room?
Dude, Wemby didn't win last night or the last slate, dude.
Yeah, that's all I was going to respond with. He scored 83 fantasy points in a double overtime game. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that's his fantasy point high in this series. And he did not win you the slate. So
trust me, I was there. I watched him lose. I watched him not win me the slate. Trust me, I saw it.
Were you better than your 6th place finish or whatever, 11th place finish?
Yeah, you I don't think you heard me. I was tied for first, right before overtime.
Oh, fucking A, man! Sam Morrell hit a 3 and get my guy in the cash.
Second time that's happened to me in these playoffs. Just these playoffs, let alone last year. Yep, love it.
Awesome. So we get J-Dub, Harden, and Chet here. We could also do the Harper thing. I'd be keen to just take these two and figure it out thereafter.
Yeah, J-Dub here is nice. You don't always see that. Okay. And then I think you just play Harden, man. It just feels too cute to do anything else.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to talk about like systemic failure of a team right now, I am worried, and I did say this on the show the other day, about Cleveland just having played so many fucking minutes compared to everybody else right now. Mm-hmm. Like, you have the oldest dude, and don't fact check me, but let's just go with it. You have the oldest dude playing meaningful minutes on any team right now, and you're running so much through him, and you traded for him for this run, and he has a bad postseason track record. He's turnover prone, and he's bad on defense, and he's playing the most minutes and most games out of anybody right now. It's like, I don't think this is the formula, man.
But that's why they brought him in, to be a part of the formula.
Right. Vassell goes there. Hart goes. OG goes. Chet falling down to 11. We have the Fox decision here. We could get Bridges as well. I thought Bridges' performance was pretty inspiring. I'd put Bridges in the queue. And then, is this the stopgap for Fox?
If it is, we got to take him now. We got to take him now. But just take him now, I guess. Unless you don't want to.
I'm good with it. Yeah, why not?
Well, I guess there's no other swaps.
Yeah, there's no other swaps. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I was being sweaty. I think so. I think it's fine there.
Yeah, I also would be a proponent of the flip the board here and pull up Caruso.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, we're playing limited entries tonight and whatnot. Like, let's just go Caruso. I mean, maybe that was the Caruso ceiling game. 31 minutes with double overtime and hitting wide open shots. But, I'm kind of with you, man. Like, I'm not really into Fox if he plays, and I'm kind of leaning on the other side of like, hey, they already stole game 1, went to double overtime. Let's let some of these young legs, run tonight. Maybe expand a little bit of Keldon Johnson to take off a little bit of minutes there from like the Champagny and Vassell grouping. And then, I don't know. The longer this series goes and the deeper it goes, though, the more it favors OKC, in my opinion.
Yeah, they're deeper.
Yeah. I'm really happy to see the Harper breakout stuff, though, because we were both adamant about Harper being good at basketball.
Yeah, and goddamn, is he? Did he put on a show? He was so good in that game, so good.
Casey Wallace goes, Hartenstein goes, then Sam Morrell goes, which leaves us with Strus, Keldon Johnson. I guess we kind of flipped the board with Caruso already, so Strus would probably be the pick. We could also scroll to Dean Wade or Keldon Johnson.
Man, Strus here is Strus or Keldon.
Yeah, who do you prefer?
I think Strus.
All right. Sounds good. Any thoughts on like game correlation and stuff like that? Like, hey, we had a couple of these, 2 OKC, 1 Spur already. Is there anything thought-wise that goes into that, like stacking a game? I mean, I'm not playing for double overtime again, but like, is there any credence in that?
Yeah, for sure. 2-game slate. 1 game could vastly outscore the other. Yeah, I think it makes a lot of sense to kind of be a little asymmetric in your game stacks. Obviously we're only drafting from 2 games, but I mean, having one of, at least 4 of one game, I think is a good idea. Just in case, that game vastly outperforms the other. I think it just makes sense. It's easier to do it, in my opinion, with the Spurs and Thunder than Cavs and Knicks.
Okay. Yeah. Any thoughts on just we're kind of hard pressed to see garbage time in a vacuum in Eastern and Western Conference Finals here, but any credence to hey, if I overstack a team, then I play Isaiah Joe or Aaron Wiggins for some garbage time run in the 6th round because they're going to be less than 1% owned. And if you had to pinpoint a team that could blow the doors off tonight, I would personally pinpoint OKC despite the performance in the first game. But just coming back with Spurs have already won one. They already stole one. They already stole home court, kind of thing. That would be the mantra, right? So they've already stolen one. They got Fox banged up. Hey, let's wait and get him back at home so they don't run him out there. Wemby gets, a quick one or, probably not. But let's just say, hypothetically speaking, to play devil's advocate here, my thought process is the number one team that could wave white flag early would be the Spurs on this slate.
Yeah, I think that just makes sense by looking at the spread.
Sure.
And, I would probably say the Cavs.
Okay.
But
yeah,
it's
just because they're worse and they're old and they're tired.
Yeah, and more morally defeated.
Yeah.
It's not the Thunder. Thunder are not getting blown out, but
right. Okay. I love that we spent all this time talking about a J-Dub, and then my buddy drops a J-Dub about me in here.
Nobody knows what he's talking about.
Drinks warm milk on the bench. Elite cheer.
Sounds nice.
It sounds tasty. Nez, you were Team Brunson over Mitchell over Cat?
Yeah.
All right. Good with it? Yeah, that's a good point from Strammy here. Knicks with some good backcourt run with the Shamet and Clarkson duo.
Dude, yeah, Shamet, man. Shout out to him.
Nezzy, do you want to do Mobley? Do you want to pull someone from the other side of the board? Do you want to do J-Dub? What do you like?
I'd probably just do Mobley, but
all right. Yeah, just because we didn't really go deep on the Knicks there. Alvarado was the guy who played, a little bit thereafter, but it was, 16 minutes, 17 minutes, 16 minutes between McBride, Landry Shamet, and Clarkson. And Shamet effectively just played himself into more minutes because of how well he was playing. And they largely came at the expense of Josh Hart, who was a team worse -23. And then Landry Shamet was +25.
Yeah, dude, Shamet was so good.
Getting slammed in the daytime diamond right now. Good thing there's another slate. I didn't hear no bell either, baby. Let's get it. Get there in a half second. Numi says he's got the puck up. I did put the puck on there. So we'll rip one draft at the end there. I don't have anything smart to say. We did discover that on the golf course though. So these Wednesday nights, I'm starting to play with my buddy. He's got a club or whatever. They got a men's night and skins game thing. We did discover last Wednesday out that you can Bluetooth the phone to the monitor thingy and get the puck game up.
Oh, so no way.
We'll have the hoops and the puck in the golf cart.
That's sweet, man. That's the Pacific time privilege right there.
Oh, dude, it's just elite. Actually, so the course is right down the road from. Here, do we want to do the Harper stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. here's our opportunity to take Dylan Harper. You know, and then decide on the next ones. Kind of like this Landry Shamet call. Kind of fun.
Yeah, I just, it's so tough to make lightning strike twice, but God, he was just so clutch.
Yeah, make lightning strike twice, and by lightning strike I mean 10 fantasy points.
Right. That's what I mean.
It's like a 5-leg parlay to get Landry Shamet 10 fucking fantasy points.
Gotta play him.
Yeah.
Gotta play him.
All right, so Josh Hart's here. We could also do the Vassell thing. We could pull Bridges over. I actually really like the idea of pulling Bridges over, to be honest.
Yeah, let's do it.
The projection difference between Bridges and Hart is only 3 fantasy points. If you just make the concerted decision that, hey, Bridges outscores Hart, nobody else is going to have him on the other side unless he's a big-time follower in a room, but that seems kind of rare.
Yeah, I like the idea of flipping that ADP.
Yeah, seems good. Westy's saying, for what it's worth, he got more run in last year's playoffs versus regular season. Trusted vet, hustles on D, can shoot. That makes sense. And Brown was part of the coaching staff on last year's team too, right? He, even though it was hey, tight rotations from Tibbs, it's kind of well, Mike Brown was West Coast, Tibbs before that was Sacramento. So it's kind of hey, I learned from the best. Just be copy paste, run these dudes into the ground. And then, Landry Shamet was getting burned. All right, we'll do that. Dude, I'm kind of Caruso pilled. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. Yeah. It's Caruso.
Yeah. I think he has to play the Wemby minutes. And some of the coach speak stuff thereafter. I was watching some of the pressers and stuff. Yeah. It was all just Caruso did a good job. We didn't want to play him that much, but hey, we're in a position where
why don't they want to play him that much? It's the playoffs, man. What are you bubble wrapping them for?
That's evergreen with this sport, to be honest.
Yeah.
Wow, Samarel gets to pull up there. Let's go with Kaysen Wallace.
All right. I like it.
Yeah, I think Kaysen's got a really good chance to start tonight, and they just start the lineup that closed last time out.
Mm-hmm.
And 28 minutes of Kaysen of on-ball defense. You get a couple steals. You get you get a 3 or 2. Maybe he goes to the hoop once or twice. Cool.
Yeah, it's so ugly in the 6th round. So
yeah, very much so. If I had to pinpoint the one guy who could really break a slate in the last round. And break a slate is score 10 more fantasy points than the other 6 rounders to matter, because I don't think you're going to get the Caruso thing. I lean in Keldon Johnson's range, 6th man of the year. What if they try something a little bit smaller? What if Fox isn't out there? Keldon would be my swap for my Fox teams, for sure. And maybe that boosts his ownership. I don't know, Schroeder, if they, just hey, these old guys can't hack it anymore. Let's run with, some point Schroeder for a bit there instead of some Harden minutes. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a tough sell. It's a tough sell, man.
It's a very tough sell without garbage time. And then Jalen with a Y would be kind of your garbage time guy, or Isaiah Joe would be your garbage time guy.
Right.
Aaron Wiggins. I don't know. All right. Spoken a lot about the basketball. Let's get into the baseball streets. I actually want to just take a peek right now. Jared McCain played some good minutes in the first game and can give you some scoring. But I did want to just take a peek at the unabated stuff. They Caruso rebounds. Jared McCain lower on the points. AJ Mitchell uptick on the points. So they're kind of a little bit higher on the OKC stuff, just in a vacuum. I like the Kaysen steals stuff, as always. Steals are highly volatile, but Kaysen's pretty consistent with them. I just kind of want to cook a little something here.
Okay.
How about you? You be the Spurs guy. Give us a Spurs one there.
Let's see.
Kaysen steals, Caruso rebounds. If it's still the same number, yep. And I don't know. McCain can hit a couple threes, but what do you like better? McCain lowers on the 3 or on the points, Or would you prefer? Because effectively, it's just like, does he hit 3 threes or like 2 threes? I think I kind of like the AJ Mitchell angle a little bit better. AJ Mitchell on the points.
Okay.
Yeah, and then nothing really on the Spurs side popping in a big way. My take would maybe be like Eldon related or auxiliary scorer of like playing like the Foxes out narrative.
Yeah. I'm looking. I'm between two. I think. What do you like more here? So these are. I'm between Vassell and Castle. Both 3-pointers made or 3-pointers attempted for either. So Castle's these are both slightly over 1x.
Okay.
Castle 1.5 3-pointers made. His attempted is 4.5.
Okay.
Vassell's is a little higher. 2.5 for his 3-pointers made. And it's less than 1x for 6.5 attempted, so I don't want to do that. But
let's do the
out
Castle
of those three. Okay. Castle for made?
Yeah.
Okay.
We got a 40% boost in there. We got $9 in bonus funds. Don't tempt me with a good time.
Jeez, man. Easy to punt pick'ems, huh?
Yeah, look at this. You guys,
on
$9
are
out here like,
funds.
oh, John's on site credit. Oh, John's got so much site credit. He's got 20 dimes in the account and he's got 9 bonus funds. Grow up. All right.
What was that again for out loud for the people that aren't watching?
Cason Wallace, 1.5 steals higher. Alex Caruso, 3.5 rebounds higher. AJ Mitchell, we need some auxiliary scoring tonight. 10.5 points higher. And then Stefan Castle with 2 threes, baby.
Shipper.
Like that one.
Hopeful
yeah,
shipper.
we were 0.5 away last night, so let's make it happen. This is interesting. The Hart stuff was actually so bad and it completely flipped the game when we took him out. Interesting.
All right. Hart has been so like hot and cold with these Knicks, man. Sometimes he's their best lineup, sometimes he's their worst.
Yeah. And he's also been hurt too, like at times.
Yeah. Yeah. Probably playing banged up.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Just kind of evergreen with him. Highest scorer on the slate right now, Nathaniel Lowe and Trey Turner. Pete Alonso has a Bayou by the looks of it. Blake Dunn, baby. Blake Dunn. Let's just bask in the glory that is Blake Dunn here. Feed the Freezer has no Blake Dunn, or he's got 1%. Carpark's got 1%. Chris doesn't have any because he's not a ball knower. Nez only has 1%. Where's this Rotorun guy? Let's take a peek here. Oh no, the site crapped on me. I had it filtered by the actuals. There we go. Rotorun guy's got 27%. What a segue, guys. What a segue into the baseball segment that Blake Dunn is cooking. All right, dude, let's talk about it. Potentially a little bit of weather on this slate. It looks like the Coors Field game started, so we're good on the morning slate. Also, guys, you probably missed the swap window anyways, but Corbin Carroll got scratched or whatever. He wasn't in the lineup, so the 101 on the morning slate wasn't in the lineup there. 6-game slate in the evening here. The only weather concerns have some good pitching, man. Cam Schlittler, who I put on the cover as a talking point because of said weather. Low-ish total in that Yankees and Jays game. The home runs got home in that game. We talked about it being a good home run environment and could the pitching best it last night there. Cubs and Brewers on the slate there with a 6 total, which is the lowest on the slate there. Then you get a bunch of 7.5s and 7s across the board. And then Athletics and Angels popping in the biggest regard with a 9.5 there. They won the slate last night for people. Nez, I'll do the macro rundown of the weather here. Wrigley Field, wind blowing in 17 miles per hour, 49 degrees. So that's why the run total is the lowest according to the unabated line there. Do you have any concerns about the weather here? 79 degrees and potential rain in the forecast for the Yankees and Blue Jays. Thoughts on that one?
Yeah, it doesn't look awesome. Roth has it as an orange. Says storms move in, puts on the brakes, hangs out around New York. High chance of a delay or delays. Legit chance of postponement. I'm pretty concerned about this one. So I think I would not be drafting a lot of Schlittler in my drafts right now, just because of that. Seems bad, and Savage is on the mound for the Blue Jays too. So those are two really good pitchers that are dealing with some super shit weather that I'm not, I'm nervous to flirt with, but they could just play through some shit weather depending on how hard it rains.
Okay, cool. Yeah, definitely the most impactful for arms opposed to bats. So good layout from Nez there. And it is where two of the highest drafted arms and two of the best. It's definitely the best pitchers duel on the 6-game slate of the evening there. So yeah, very interesting stuff there. I fully agree with your assessment there, Nez, and we'll talk about some of the lineup stuff going forward. The other one notable is how poorly Wrigley Field looks today. And then everything else is pretty middling. The Midwest stuff is just kind of like a little bit of wind blowing in, but hovering around 65 and 67 there. And then out on the West Coast, you see the 70 and the 77, Dodgers and Padres and Athletics and Angels there. If we look at the ballpark, pal, we did see that Citizens Bank popping in a big way this morning. So that's why our exposures looked as such on the site there. But Angel Stadium, a little bit of a bump there, but not a huge standout in any regard. But what you will see is just because of that wind blowing in the Midwest there and the wind blowing in Wrigley Field is you'll see a huge negative factor for bats. So some of the pitchers that aren't as, I was going to say savory, but that's a bad word, not usually as palatable are going to look a little bit better today. But it's not like we got dust balls on the mound in those games because we got Kyle Harrison, who's looked really nice. We've had Edward Cabrera, who has his peaks and valleys, but definitely has some strikeouts upside. Conley early. We've talked about lefties against the Royals and how they've been able to neutralize the Royals in a decent way, despite some of those righties at the top of the lineup. The lefties have been killing them. And then Michael Wacha, professional-ass pitcher on the other side. So those might be the four guys we are shopping for today as we pivot over to ranking out the pitching.
I wish we could take Shohei as a pitcher, but I get it, with how the intricacies of that work.
If Shohei was a pitcher, would he be 101 today? Say it.
Yeah. Probably.
Yeah, you would.
Probably. I mean, I don't know. I think Kurtz would still be 101, but Shohei SP1 for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, so with the pitching, man, it's just like every like you're not going to the Angels and A's. Everybody just looks good. Everybody looks good. So you don't have to get crazy with SP. Like you can even X out A's and Angels, you can X out Blue Jays and Yankees if you want, and you're still left with 7 really viable starters here because even Carmen Mlb has weather going for him in a stadium that is, already not great for hitting going against the Cardinals. Cabrera and Harrison got a sick, spot there for both of them, both good pitchers, both with good weather. Wacha's facing a watered down Red Sox team. Early's the man. Vasquez just continues to do his thing. And the Pirates.
Early's underlings, for the record, have been bad. But
How bad?
I still reserve big time hope for him.
I think early. I'm an early guy, so
I want to be early with you.
I don't see it. The only thing that I see that's like concerning is like he gets hit hard, but
Yeah.
I don't see a lot otherwise that makes me like nervous. He's not. Yeah, as far as like that underlying portion goes, but he gets a lot of ground balls. A decent amount of ground balls, at least I should say.
Yeah, and that lineup doesn't really strike fear into my heart. They got a couple lefty killers at the top, but like, let's be real about it.
Yeah.
I was looking at some of this stuff where it was like, he's getting hit kind of hard, he's getting barreled a little bit. I don't know, nothing crazy. It's also smallish sample because he didn't start the year with the club too. Mm-hmm. He's only 24 as well.
Yeah. He's not like he's fine today. This is the 4 implied run total for the Royals here.
Yeah, dude, I'm in lockstep with you. I feel very similarly. I'm going to be fading the top 2 because of weather concerns. If you get some big time discounts on them, I'll take them. And you also are probably, never say never because it's baseball and sometimes they hang on to delays forever and ever and whatever. You might on a normal night have some swappability at the back end, but the fact that the Padres game and the Angels game start earlier than normal West Coast games do tonight, they're at 5:40 and 6:30. I don't think you're going to get swaps for them, dude. Like, I don't think you're going to get these guys unless they call the game before the first pitch. If you get a delay and anything like this, like I don't think you're going to get swaps for them. Like, there's not even a bailout to be contrarian, to be like, oh, at least I got Kohanowitz going, or at least I got Randy Vasquez going.
Yeah, it's risky, man. It's really risky.
I love living in this range. I think Edward Cabrera is my favorite relative to ADP, but Conley early could be, right there with him. But I fully agree with you, man. I had the exact same approach to the slate that I was like, I'm going to live with these 4 right here. McGreevy's numbers have been pretty nice and the results have been good, but like, man, he is just playing with fire every fucking time out. Like, the shoe has to drop at some point. Now, you're getting a watered down version of the Pirates lineup because obviously O'Hearn's not there right now on the IL, etc. But they fare so much better against right-handed pitching than left-handed. I think this is the spot where, the shoe might drop for McGreevy.
Maybe. I'm with you, dude. I think that he is so like nothing special at all. No idea how he pulled off 9 strikeouts against the Padres. How do you strike out the Padres 9 times? They don't strike out that much. Like, this is just like so quintessential Cardinals devil magic. It's absurd. Makes no sense. They're all doing the Ferda thing. They're all going tarps off. It's just the energy in Busch Stadium is nauseating. I can't stand it. These Cardinals fans have never oh my, you wouldn't dare. Cardinal fans never once known any sort of pain in their lives. God, I cannot stand that franchise. Not as much as I can't stand the Cubs. But yeah, dude, the McGreevy thing has like this cannot last forever. He's such a results merchant. But the thing is that it's not going to come to an end tonight. Like,
okay, all right,
it's not going to come to an end tonight. The Pirates, without Ryan O'Hearn to add a strong left-handed bat to this lineup, they struggle mightily because now they have to play Jake Mangum, and Jake Mangum, he doesn't strike out that much, but he doesn't damage you at all. He is not good. So it's just McGreevy is totally fine here with the weather conditions on his side. With the Pirates, lack of power outside of Cruz and Brandon Lau, like you can throw McGreevy in a lineup and not lose any sleep.
Okay, cool. All right, respect it then. So I think the kind of like breakdown for us is we have a pitcher pool, and we're thankful that some of it is discounted today, and we're kind of soft fading the Trey Savage and Schlittler area?
Yeah, I would throw in Majinski and Vasquez into like viable options though today.
Sure. Yeah. I was actually just going to ask you, like, I mean, I hate playing pitchers against the Dodgers, but if you're going to play a pitcher against the Dodgers, you play it in a ballpark where it's mitigating the power and you have the best bullpen in baseball behind you. So like one reason, like, you know, I wasn't in on Dodger stack yesterday is just how fucking good that bullpen is, man. Like the Padres don't get blown up. Like that's the thing. Like you can blow up Walker Buehler a time or two. You could maybe blow up Griffin Canning or whatever, but then it stops, you know, like the door stops. So even if you get to Vasquez, who's admittedly we've been respectors of this year, and he has been pretty good this year, you know, the bleeding stops thereafter with how good the bullpen is.
Yeah, very well said. Obviously not a huge amount of win equity with the Dodgers, let alone with Shohei on the mound against him, but he's been solid. And yeah, it's just like hey, what if these other guys, what if things don't go as well for them? But you know, that's the thesis. Is Shohei going to hit today?
I don't know. And I was going to ask you the same question. I have not seen anything definitive reported. I think it's been 2 of his last 3 starts that he has been on the mound. He has not been in the lineup. And one of those, he's rested the day after. So I was kind of apprehensive about his ADP to start, also because I like some other hitting spots better. But yeah, I'm a little scared, man.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't been. Oh, okay. Dave Roberts confirms Shohei will be in the lineup to hit and pitch Wednesday.
All right, cool. There you go. Glad we had talked it out and found the answer. Justice for PPR Tyler. He's going spin zone on the narrative here that BBG should be thanking him. Okay. It's a power move. I'm not sure it'd be my play in my playbook, but it's a power move.
Man, BBG should thank me. Hey, you need to have a conversation with BBG, I think, man. I think you guys just got to talk it out.
Maybe the Badge Bros will have after dark. We'll do behind closed doors, 4 boxes. We'll take one guy off the screen. We'll hear one guy out. We'll bring the other guy back on the screen, hear him out. We'll watch them fume in like the bottom corner while the other guy's recording. So you can still see his face. They just can't speak. And then we'll let them hash it out. How about that?
Okay.
That's not a bad idea. Cards Fat, stand up. Spencer Games is all over your ass, Nez. And Purple Yosh saying Nez's hatred for division rivals is one of the things I respect most about him. That's a fucking sweet line. Nez, if we're going to rank it out, ADP adjusted, is Kyle Harrison your favorite on the slate?
Yeah, I think so.
I agree. And then Conley Early or Edward Cabrera, or do you like one of these other guys below? Do you like Waka better? Do you like McGreevy better?
I would go ECAB next.
Okay.
And then I would go Waka.
Okay. So if you're playing this slate today, this is going to be, funneling into our stacks and skinnies and whatever. This is really going to limit our player pool because effectively we're not playing Toronto bats. We're not playing New York bats, although it's safer to play the bats than it is to play the pitchers. We'll just leave it at that, right? You're not going to be playing Cubs or Milwaukee. So there's 4 teams X'd off. I don't know. Is it double bubble for KC? Is it double bubble for Boston? Neither of us really liked either of those lineups. Maybe I'd be a little bit more into KC than I would be the Boston side.
Yeah, it makes them, after like talking out, starting pitching and whatnot and seeing Waka's SP3 essentially SP1 if you're like totally scared of that weather. Like, yeah, Red Sox double bubble looks really, really appealing today for sure.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, respect it, dude. Let's work into the stacks here, but I will just give everybody how Cardi would rank it out here, though take it with a grain of salt, as always, just for contextual relevancy. Kyle Harrison is his SP1, then Cam Schlittler, then Edward Cabrera, then Conley Early, then Michael Waka. Then you got to go scrolling for a bit. And how do I say the Polish prince's name?
Majinski.
Majinski. I always want to say the L.
Yeah.
Majinski is down there, and then you got to keep going to get to McGreevy and Yasavage all the way down there. So he would be out on Yasavage even if the game was going to guaranteed to play. So that's probably a pretty good indicator that, Yasavage feels like a pretty good soft fade. Hey, it's kind of nice to be aligned with Cardi for once.
Yeah, that's an interesting feeling.
Yeah.
I'm very, very interested to see other projections on Yasavage, because that surprises me that he is that low on him. Run the Sims has Yasavage's 5th in SP rankings. Like it's a top 3 tier with like hold on, this has like Sale in it, but technically it would be from Underdog's rankings, like Schlittler, Harrison, Yasavage, like for as far as available for us. That's Run the Sims.
Okay.
I'll check Ballpark Pal too, just to see what they got, because that is really low on Yasavage. Like that's really low.
Yeah. I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah. They no longer have like Eric Lauer and stuff like that for some of the piggyback stuff either. So pitch count probably shouldn't be a crazy concern. Maybe it's just a lot of respect for the Yankee stack.
Yeah, maybe. Ballpark Pal has it Schlittler, Yasavage, Waka.
Okay. All right. Interesting. So different results everywhere you look there. We gave you guys our answer to the test there. Of the 6 games here, the sim totals in that Cubs and Brewers game look a little bit higher than the implied totals that you will see on the hashtag books. Dodgers total is a little bit higher than I would give credit for. So that's just kind of interesting there. In the 4s, lowest total on the slate there is the Toronto Blue Jays. Though I will say, against right-handed pitching, they have not been striking out. They're the best in the last month in baseball in terms of strikeout rate against opposing right-handed pitchers. So, I mean, Cam Schlittler could strike out, anybody, but this lineup hasn't been striking out in a big way. I mean, you definitely have like bare spots in the lineup where strikeouts go to be found, like, Jesus Sanchez, for instance, or, Dalton Varsho, stuff like that. But they have the handed disadvantage today. And then you can see the simulated totals are the highest in the last game of the slate, Angels and A's. So I figure we're going to be talking a lot about that one. Let's just rank out the 12 teams for the people. The lazy answer is, people are going to be stacking everybody. I'd kind of soft fade the weather game myself. But that being said, if you want to play it, I get it, man. I get it. So nice to see Ben Rice leading off yet again there. We have a couple confirmed lineups to start the day here, Nez. But let's rank out our stacks and rank them out ADP adjusted. So what would our favorite stack be relative to ADP?
I mean,
it's still, that's still the answer.
It's still the A's.
It's still the A's. All right. So we'll use Nick Paz as the benchmarker for the AIDS. For the AIDS. For the AIDS, Dallas Braden. Let's go. I can't get over that one.
Yeah.
For the A's there, Nez, how far would you go? Because we're gonna say full stacking available there. But we saw a bunch of those righties in the lineup yesterday. Today they get the righty in Kohanowitz. How far are we going? Soderstrom, Jeff McNeil, who's going to be in the lineup for them today?
I take it as far as it goes. I like this Bolty, Henry Bolt there. If they throw him back in there, Geloff. Geloff's had a nice season. Right now.
Homered last night too.
Yeah. I love Carlos Cortez too. Short king. This team is expensive, but you'll have rooms where people are letting you stack them up. So by far my favorite stack, but also chalk as chalk gets.
Yeah, for sure. Do you think Lawrence Butler's in the lineup today? I'm seeing it mixed on certain places.
I would assume so.
Yeah.
I don't know unless I missed something.
Well, it's probably just the Henry Bolt It's like, do you just play the kid because he's up there? Because I think Soderstrom, Rooker, Kurtz, and Shea Bangoliers are absolute locks. And then the way Zach Gelof's been swinging it, I think he's probably in there. And then Carlos Cortez was the hottest dude on the planet a month ago. So he's probably in there and probably, in one of those top 3 spots. So there's 6. It's kind of like, is it Bolt, McNeely? Yeah. Hernandez has to play short, right?
Right.
Because so he's going to hit 9th and play short because Jacob Wilson isn't there. I don't know. I was just throwing it out there.
Yeah, interesting. Man, I wish Lawrence Butler was good.
Signed him to all the money before. There's some kind of joke about Zach Gelof's name, but I can't figure it out. Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there eventually. We'll find it. Okay, cool. Good exercise there. Who would be your next favorite stack there, Nez? Angels probably have one of the higher implied totals there. Boston double bubble. What do you like?
Cardinals.
The Cardinals. All right, cool. So the Polish Prince not going to get it done today. Cardinals were hot yesterday. I can't remember who was spitting fire in the chat yesterday, but telling me to stack Cardinals. We finally got the Nolan Gorman home run. We had a walk-off home run from Ivan Herrera there. JJ Weatherholt homered as well. So that infield stack got home in a big way. How low would you go? Is Nathan Church too far?
Yeah, I don't think you have to go to Nathan Church or that bottom 3, but these infielders and Jordan Walker are all very stackable. Pirates just have for my money, the worst bullpen in baseball. So, you get past Majinski and then that's when the ceiling gets hit. And these ADPs are so low. This might be the cost adjusted stack over the A's actually. Okay.
Good shots. Respect it, dude. I hate that we have to poo on your guys, but yeah, it's the game. I will say,
I hate it too.
Yeah. Wow, they got Chris Davinsky in that pen? I mean, he's on the IL, but I just didn't even realize he was on a roster still. Wow. He's he was a flash in the pan. He was the most dominant reliever for a bit there with the Astros, and he's my age now.
Yeah, in 2016 or something. He was a sick little long reliever, a fantasy baseball darling.
Yeah, he was
gotta have him on the team in 2026.
He was a roto cheat code because he could fill an RP spot, but he would give you starters innings sometimes. Yeah, and he was dirt nasty. Strikeout rate was incredible.
He was. Yeah. That was a long time ago.
Yeah. I just wanted to note when we're talking about bullpens there that they used all their fucking lefties yesterday. Now, only 5 pitches here, only 18 pitches. I mean, they used the closer and Gregory Soto left-handed as well. They used all their lefties yesterday, and some of those left-handed bats, you might not be able to turn them around today, and you're going to get some of these weaker arms. So when Nez was, talking about bullpen, you go a little bit further diving, and you find, some better stuff there. Let's keep ranking this out, Nez. Yankees and Blue Jays, Red Sox double bubble, right-handed Royals at the top, Dodgers because they're Dodgers. What do you like? Angels?
I think Angels.
Yeah, I agree with you. Angels feel okay. We like them a little bit more against lefties than against righties, but that's just kind of my ISO biases. That's not actually what their lineup says. But yeah, just this Trout homered yesterday. Can always play Adele, always play Soler. How far would we go? Jan Mancada is fine?
I'd stop at Adam Frazier. Everybody else, let's and I mean Jose Siri's not going to start, but Josh Lowe, no ADP. Okay. You can go lefties and righties against Savale. You want to talk about somebody that can't keep getting away with it. This guy right here.
Yeah.
And the Angels are so due for a huge game. They've been scuffling and honestly been terrible. So they could use a slump buster here, and Savale seems like a nice a nice guy to do it against. These ADPs are really palatable too. You know, like Trout, you got to pay up for, but you can full stack really easily. And this is a lot of power in a park that's pretty decent for power. 80 degrees today, slightly winds out.
Get it. Josh Lowe, little cheeky left-handed pick to click. Aaron Savali was one of the guys who was really struggling with left-handed fly ball power. That was the calling card for a bit there.
Yeah.
Thereafter, dude, we're kind of soft fading the weather stuff. Is it time for Yankees? Is it time for Dodgers? I don't think anybody really wants to play Padres against Ohtani. What do you like?
I would go Pirates.
Okay. Yeah, I think we're kind of in lockstep today, dude. Like, we're kind of soft fading the weather game. We don't really want to play the low implied total game. Let's play some of these left-handed Pirates, man.
Yeah.
We had Connor Griffin as a pick to click yesterday. The password?
I don't think he starts,
okay.
but he'd pinch hit. Reynolds, Lau, Cruz. I love Spencer Horwitz too. Yeah, he's hitting the ball well. He's gonna play. He won't get taken out because they can't. He's got to play first. I like them, but I'm just down on this team right now, man. And just the Cardinals just own these guys.
Yeah, and McGreevy's been going nice. Nice things I could say on the other side there, because that game went to extras last night, right? It was like 9-6. Yeah, 9-6 in extras with the walk-off there. They used up all their bullpen arms as well, but they still do have one lefty available there. But they did use the back end strength of their bullpen. So they went best on best last night, which is usually good carryover effects in a series.
Yeah, good shout.
Okay, dude. Then I think we're kind of soft fading this Blue Jays and Yankees, but they would probably fit in and around here. Padres, I think we would bury at the bottom. Dodgers would be mixed in. And then I think the big question is, do you want to go double bubble hunting with Brewers, Cubs, Red Sox, and Royals? Because that's where we like pitching tonight. So do you want to go double bubble hunting out of those four?
If I was to choose one, it would probably like Red Sox and Royals for sure seem like, the better bets there. You got the strong right-handers with Kansas City there, specifically, Witt and Garcia, and you can throw in Salvi and Lane Thomas in there, whatever. Red Sox, Duran off a nice game, but he's lead off hitting lefty. Abreu got in there, so those make sense. But I think that playing Brewers is really, really interesting. Because they don't need to hit home runs to beat you. Like the Cubs kind of do. Brewers don't. And they'll just BABIP you to death. And they got the guys to do it. And ECAB has walk problems. There's a lot of ways that goes wrong for him, where you don't need the long ball and you're just like, shit, I completely faded this game because I was told it was, hurricane winds blowing in Wrigley. Can't play them. I think the Brewers really, really strong leverage. But as you can see, sitting here with a fucking 11 ADP for Bryce Terang, 16 ADP, you're like it's not, it should be sneaky, and it's really not.
Right. Yeah. Perfectly articulated. Fully agree with you, man. I do think if I'm going to play Brewers, I want to stack them pretty heavy because of what you laid out. It's like, if they score a bunch of runs and they go nuke, it's not always via the home run, and this is really bad home run hitting conditions. So really good shouts by you there. I just put in, for the stack purposes there, that we like Kansas City, then we like Boston. And then, I guess if you had to pick your favorite of this group, is it just the way in which Terang scores?
Right. And, he's lead off, there's the way that compounds. He's Terang's just so good, dude. He's just so good.
Okay, cool. And then now I guess we get to the big crux of the decision-making here. Do you like Dodgers? Will you play any Padres? Will you play any Cubs? Will you play any of the rain game?
No Padres, no Cubs. The rain, I I'll probably take some Yankees, no Blue Jays.
Mm-hmm.
I think I said no Padres, but once again, no Padres.
Yep, no Padres.
Dodgers are totally fine here with these ADPs on this slate.
Yeah, Freddie Freeman crushed last night. 2 home run game. Came alive in a big way. Yeah, finally, indeed. Okay. Yeah, I think this is a pretty good breakdown, dude. It looks like we're going to have some contrarian spots to get to, and it looks like we're going to be pairing a lot of these high ADPs together there as Nez ranked it out. Athletics, Cardinals, Angels, Pirates, then the double bubble game of Boston and the Royals. Then we'll play the Dodgers, and no matter what, even if there's a fire, we're not playing the weather game, and we're not playing Padres. Is that a good synopsis?
That is the synopsis. So
the fucking synopsis.
Whether or not it's good or not, that's for everybody else to decide.
And this is a really good point from No Bo Sox. Weird wind shit leads to airs, doubles, triples, etc. I think that's a really good shout just in general. That yeah,
it's so annoying that those ADPs, man, they're just so stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Check out the leaderboard. See how we're doing for the daytime. See how we're doing on the daytime.
Yeah, I'll fire up Chris's site again. I got the leaderboard built right in. Check it out here. User rotor run. He's leading right now. Oh, don't catch it right now. Blake Dunn. Big Daddy Dunn. Eyes on fence. I'm the eyes on fence of our generation right now.
You're mogging him though.
Yeah, what's the difference in the lineup? He went with Steer and I went with JJ Bleday like a boss.
Yep.
Mogged, buddy. There's still a Coors game to come, right?
Yeah.
All right, dude. We got the Ohtani decision. We got the Aaron Judge. We could start building out a little bit more contrarian athletics team. What do you like?
Witt or Ohtani or Bangs.
Let's go Witt then.
Okay.
Takes Conley early.
Miles, that is not what his username says. That's just the nickname that we gave him.
Is what?
Eyes on fence.
Oh, eyes on fence.
His username is a chess opening.
Yeah, but it kind of looks like it because it's like E4, which would kind of be like an I.
It looks like fence because it's F3NC6, and the 6 sort of looks like an upside down E.
Yeah. Dude, it looks like I, and then you could do
eyes on fence.
You could do the 5 could be an S, so it's like eyes, or the 5 could be an O. If you use the bottom part, and then you go on, and then fence is like the 3 is the E and the 6 is the E, I guess, as well. It makes sense.
Does it have a name?
Nez, athletics would be kind of chalky here. Contrarian Dodgers. What do you think about Pirates?
Sure.
All right, let's go. We could also use O'Neal Cruz as a one-off, and then we could do like 3-man cards as well.
Yeah, completely rug pull me, and then go Cardinals.
Yeah, you liked Cardinals better, just to rehash the stack rankings. You did,
and then I was in a Pirates mindset, and now you're whiplashing me. I don't like it.
Good Canadian kid versus a lefty. Tyler O'Neill, goose egg. Should be working at a gas station. You'd be so lucky. All right, what would you like to do? Starting pitcher?
Yeah, take Harrison.
All right. Schlittler goes first there. It looks like we're getting a little bit of fighting over athletics in every draft here. Looks like Car Park's building out right-handed Maikel Garcia. What up to RM Covers? Good to see you, buddy. That's a resub for sure.
Love that. Thank you for returning. Haven't seen that in a minute because we just got so many. The retention is crazy over here. But yeah, football season coming around. We'll hopefully see some more of that.
Come home to the people.
We're the daily guys. We're doing the Lord's work. It is what it is.
Cardinals 3-man.
Go ahead.
We would have to take Walker, or we can continue going with Cake.
Just take Weatherholt. Like he just kills the Pirates.
Leadoff home run, absolute lock job.
He took a picture with him and Connor Griffin did a bat swap this morning, and or whenever, I think it was this morning, and JJ got totally frame mogged, but it doesn't matter because Weatherholt's playing out of his mind. But dude, Griffin is a beast. Like he just towers over him. JJ Weatherholt, well, he's 5'9", so that would make sense.
Yeah. Nez, we could do 3-man St. Louis. The problem is everyone's going to do it with the one outfielder choice, which is Walker. We could be the guys who scroll. I don't know. Do you like Burleson next? Do you like Gorman, or do you like Herrera?
Gorman. Let's do Gorman. We're gonna do it differently because everyone's gonna do like Burleson and Yvonne. So if we're gonna get different, let's get different. Church or Scott. I think Church kind of makes more sense.
Sure.
But you could do Scott for the full blown wraparound.
Respect it. Yeah. I'd lean to Scott. A little more pop in that bat. Looks like Brad doesn't care about the weather. He's building out a little contrarian Toronto. Seedmeister also not caring about the weather because he's building a little bit of an contrarian onslaught with a one-off Bryce Terang. So he's playing Cam Schlittler. Looks like Car Park is going with Isaac Collins getting a move up in the order. They're not starting Lane Thomas today versus a lefty, which is a damn shame because he's a lefty killer and had a double in the first inning of last night's ball game. So is this Nathan Church?
Yeah, I think so.
Perfect. All right. There you go. That concludes the baseball segment. I would do another draft and I would do a puck draft for you guys, but this tea time is pushing up on me and Mr. Goodboy has to go for a walk. So I got things to do here, unfortunately. Kyle Harrison, Bobby Witt Jr., JJ Weatherholt, who got absolutely frame mogged. Nolan Gorman, who's hotter than the sun with a home run last night, got it home for the pick'em. O'Neal Cruz as a one-off, probably back in there leading off. Actually, he was in there yesterday. He was just a little bit down in the lineup. You think he leads off today?
For who leads off?
O'Neal Cruz lead off.
He's hitting second.
The lineup is already out. And then Nathan Church in there. So a little 3-man and 2 one-offs. Take me to church, big boy. Let's run good, man. Let's hope Coors gets rained out or falls flat on its face, and let me win the morning slate for once, baby. Woo! Blake done no matter what.
I'm just looking at this weather in New York, and yeah, there is a lot of coverage,
okay,
but and it doesn't clear till 11. But if it's not heavy, they could play through rain, and they could just do a delay. They could delay the game, and then play the game. So yeah, I think it might be worth the risk. Just a couple teams.
Sprinkles.
Yeah,
okay. Yeah. I think I'll still soft fade the top end of that pitching, especially when we found some other spots that we like better.
Yeah,
and
you don't need to do the pitching, I don't think.
Yeah, Nez, it's almost 80 degrees in New York today. Do we have our first hot rain of the season?
Hot rain,
baby. We got a hot rain spot.
Look out. Judge is going yard.
Oh, man. All right, guys. Enjoy all the slates tonight. Get in there, fill up that basketball slate. I think we did some good due diligence on that one. We got 6-game baseball here, and then we got the 2-night puck game slate. I actually did not look. Numi just put it up. Is it salary cap just for tonight, or is it he did 2-game puck slate. So 1K to first, 2-game puck slate there. So that is up for the people. If you are so vested in watching the Western Conference Finals start this evening, Eastern Conference Finals start tomorrow. Nez, we have an absolute wagoon to defend our championship in the big Zamboni right now.
You're live still?
What?
You're live still?
Buddy, we got a wagon. Whole team live, double stack. Ale Monreale and Go Knights tonight, which is both going to be underdogs, but who cares?
Yeah. Well, you're solo shipping if you get there, but
yeah.
Avs and Canes, man. Where's the parity in hockey?
We don't need that in our lives. All right. Ale Monreale, let's go. That's tomorrow night anyways. Everybody's favorite time of the show. The end. Peace. Back tomorrow. We're going to do some football tomorrow. Woo.